Man alive, home sweet home for the Chicago Bulls after a 2-5 road trip. They lead the Phoenix Suns 68-50. I'm Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. This is the Reebok Halftime Report. All eyes in the NBA tonight on the Summit in Houston. The Rockets trying to complete a perfect month, trying to make it 14-0 as the Milwaukee Bucks are in town. And let's take a look at the highlights from the Summit. Here's that team closing in on the Washington Capitals with 48-49, who won 15 straight to begin the year. Blue Edwards from Milwaukee knocks down the three. The Bucks had a 12-point lead in this one in the first. Hakeem has led the Rockets back, as usual. The hoop and the foul. They have gone to the second period now. Milwaukee, surprisingly, with a 25-24 lead over the Rockets. The other hottest team in the league, the Hawks, take an 8-game winning streak against the Boston Celtics. Kevin Willis, no, but Dominique, yes, and Ed Pinckney just can't quite get there. The finger rolls in. 4-point lead for the Hawks early. D. Brown, a step on Stacey Augmon, and a Jordan-esque move off the glass. He had 20 points in the first half. Look at Sherman Douglas's pass. Just treats that thing like a hot potato and throws it down there, and Brown on the receiving end for another 2. Dominique Wilkins, 20 points in the first half. Stakes Atlanta to a 62-56 halftime lead, and right now the Hawks are cruising. 87-70, 17-point lead over Boston. The Seattle Supersonics won their first 10 games, then lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tonight their road trip continues at Philadelphia. Let's bring you some bonus coverage. Kevin Calabro and Wally Walker are at the Spectrum.
We welcome our national audience now to Philadelphia. TNT bonus coverage along with Wally Walker. I'm Kevin Calabro at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. The Sonics playing catch-up tonight. Seattle coming in at 10-1 against the Philadelphia team at 4-9. Philadelphia led by as many as 17 points in the second period. They led at half 50-44 as the Sonics made up ground. And finally, the Sonics on a 7-0 burst midway through the period took their first lead since 4-3 at 51-50. Since then, back and forth. The Sonics hitting a free throw, tied it now at 66 all with 1:12 left here in the third period. Nate McMillan looking low to Kemp, lobs it over to Perry. Here comes Moses Malone tumbling over Kemp as he rotates over Wally. The basket will not count. Malone fouls the man-child, Sean Kemp. He'll go to the line.
Nate McMillan is so good at that entry pass from the top. Not much space to get it through. You can see Nate lining it up here. Sean's going to break free, trying to post Moses and use his quickness down low. Actually, it was Perry guarding him, and Moses come over to help, but a little too late. The quickness of Sean Kemp.
No rule of the non-shooter. The first under 2 minutes. Seattle will set it up. McMillan to Askew straight away, 17-footer no. Cage keeps it alive. Perry can't handle it. Jabs it out of bounds. The Sonics will get it with 55 seconds remaining here in this third period of play. A tie ball game at 66. The Sixers shot 71% in the first quarter. Crept into Kemp 17-footer with just 1 second ticking off the shot clock. Kemp buries it for 13 points. Sonics had very few shots, 5 of 7 was.
Yes, nice to see him make a jump. The Sonics have struggled with it throughout this ball game. Vince Askew took it, his fifth, and he's 0 for 5 from outside.
There's Weatherspoon, double team, finds the open man. It's Hornacek with a high arcing J. Won't go. Rebound off Cage's hand. Trap by Malone. Leans back, flips it up from 8. No. Perry throws a roundhouse open hand over Shrimp's head, deflects it out of bounds. George Karl wanted a foul. Instead, he'll get the leather.
How many thousands of times in his NBA career do you think Moses Malone has gotten an offensive rebound and then lowered that right shoulder that we just saw to get his shot off?
About to say that was a flashback to 83 when they won the title here in Philadelphia. 68-66, Sonics by a deuce. 23 seconds remaining in the third.
Moses has always been one of the best in the game at creating space for himself.
McMillan out high, down low to Kemp, has to step on Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon beat him to the end line. Double team by Hornacek, out to McMillan. Here's Shrimp on the wing. Guarding for the ball, Hornacek. The open man is Cage. He tried to hook it out of a double team. Hornacek strips it away with 5, with 4 across midcourt. Change of pace dribble over to Spoon with 1. He'll get off the shot. Good if it goes. Volleyed at the buzzer. It comes up short, as do the Sixers. The Sonics rally to take a 2-point lead.
Bonus coverage here on TNT. They go to the fourth with a good one at the Spectrum. The Sonics with a 2-point lead over Philadelphia. And when the Reebok halftime report continues, could be the end of the road for Bill Laimbeer. That story and more highlights. It is expected that longtime Detroit Piston Bill Laimbeer will announce his retirement tomorrow. And one thing you'd say about this guy, he's never going to win a popularity contest around the league, but he came to play every night. In 13 NBA seasons, he never played fewer than 79 games. A true warrior. Certainly had his detractors, but the end of a long and distinguished at times career will come to an end for Bill Laimbeer tomorrow. He is dressed tonight in Cleveland, where he started his career, and it appears it will end there tonight. Cleveland to the attack early. That's Hot Rod, uncontested through the lane. Detroit rookie Allen Houston. Inside to Olden Polynice, who's given the Pistons some pretty good minutes early in the season. He had 10 in the first half. Mike Fratello's guys, though, forged a 7-point lead. Gerald Wilkins, John Battle, Gerald Wilkins. Easy 2. They're up by 7 at that point. Now they have stretched that lead out at Richfield. It is 74-56, the Cavs with a fourth period lead over the struggling Pistons. Also, the Portland Trail Blazers opening a 6-game road trip at Miami tonight, and they have an 86-77 lead late in the third period. And the Reebok halftime report continues after this. And welcome back. Before we send you back to Chicago Stadium, let's update that Houston game as they try to make it 14 straight wins. In the second period, it is now 33-31. The Rockets with the lead over the Bucks. And here on TNT, where the Bulls are back home, ready to party. 68-50 over the Suns, the third period just ahead.